What's happening with it? We back at it again. Real Rap Coalition podcast. We in this bitch, episode 48, and we got another movie for y'all. But before we get into all that, we got some people to introduce. First, my name is Roos. This nigga.
Might have been paused. Salute to y'all
Might
niggas,
have
man.
been paused.
Yeah. Lordy, man. What's happening with niggas?
And the return of
Feared by Many. What's good?
Hey,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
My
Bob
brother
Celeste,
Fear
Bob
back in this
Celeste.
bitch.
Nigga, you already know what it is. Let's get into this fucking great movie, man. That's not See No Evil, man.
Damn right it ain't.
All right. First, I'm gonna start with Puos. So Puos, you had mentioned several different times, both on record and off record, that you was holding this movie from niggas. Why exactly?
I'm bad, bro. I'm smacking on these motherfucking chips, bro. But this a like the modern day best horror film to me, in my personal opinion. I ain't seen nothing this good since it came out. Matter of fact, since maybe like what is either The Conjuring or the other one, or what the fuck is the other? Insidious? It ain't been nothing this good since then, in my opinion. You know, I know we got fuck niggas on the podcast, so I ain't want niggas to, you know what I'm saying, fuck the movie up with their stupid ass opinions. But you know what I'm saying, if you feel like it's ass or you feel like it's good, express yourself.
That's a fact. Well, speaking of that, let's go ahead and get just like a general opinion of the movie overall first. Whether you've seen it before or this is your first time seeing it. KTL, I'm gonna start with you.
So like, what is this like the overview?
No, your overview of how you feel about the movie.
I think this is a movie told in 3 parts, in my opinion. I think that the like, you know, I hadn't seen this whole in forever. I had forgotten damn near everything about it. You know what I'm saying? So I went into it with a mostly, fresh perspective, I guess. The first 30 minutes or so of this movie is bullshit. Like, all the I was like, man, like I just hate most of these fucking people. You know what I'm saying? But like once it gets going, like the next hour or so is like a really, interesting movie. You feel me? Like it's like you're never exactly, and I think they did a good job with that shit where like you're never exactly sure what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a bunch of different things could be in play. Oh, is it a crazy person movie? Oh, is it, it's called Hereditary? Or do they got like some weird family lineage where they, die in fucked up ways? Is it a demon? Is it a fucking, like somebody got super, like it's all type of shit, right? So that's pretty good. And then I just think that like, I don't think the like last 20 or so minutes was necessarily like bullshit, but I just think that like it just kind of came together, and I'm like, okay, some of this is like very creative and unique. Some of this is really fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, yeah.
What about you, Puos? Just a general overlook.
My bad. That's the last of the chips and shit, bro. But
How you
You
good,
eating
bro?
Doritos, bro?
nah, some Lay's shit like a black ass nigga.
Oh man.
But I see what KTL saying with the first 30 minutes, but I just see that shit. I agree with everything he said except for the last part in the first 30 minutes. I think that shit is necessary. They setting up everything in the first 30 minutes with the that don't got nuts in that chocolate pause, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, girl was at the
Pause.
yeah, I said pause. One of them pause again. One of them naked niggas was at the funeral smiling at Charlie and shit. Like they was setting all that shit up in the beginning. So I appreciate that shit.
There was some weird sex perverts in this movie.
Yeah,
Boy,
some
that
wild shit
motherfucker
going
just ass naked at the
Smiling
fucking
and shit.
funeral, looking at a little girl, bro. What the fuck?
Nah, he
wrong
wasn't
with
ass
you?
naked at the funeral.
Yeah,
He was.
Yeah,
It was just the
saying,
same
like,
nigga. He was one of them.
Yeah, he
You
was just
right?
the same
Yeah,
nigga.
you right. My fault. But still,
He
like,
was something different.
Fear.
Yeah,
Get a overview. Well, first, you seen this movie before too, right?
yeah.
So, just a little bit of a different question. How'd you feel watching this for the first time?
For the first time, shit,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of refreshing. First time I seen it, it was like it's a different type of horror film than what I usually watch. I'm me personally, I appreciated like the first 30 minutes. I feel like the build up had a nice payoff to it and shit. I kind of like this movie a lot because I like movies with dark endings and shit, and I feel like this movie had a pretty dark ending. And visually, I think the movie was shot perfectly too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what is it? Studio A24 or whatever the fuck it's
Yeah,
called. Them niggas be going the fuck
That
off,
was
bro.
I
A24 that made this.
yeah
Yeah,
yeah.
it was them group.
Damn,
It was them coupled with somebody else. I didn't get a chance to read it, but A24 definitely had
them
something to do
niggas
with the
got
movie.
some hits, low
I
key.
had read
That's a fact.
like I did like some reading about this whole after it was over and shit, and like I was reading that like I want to say it said like they had like a 10 million budget and made like 82 million or some shit. So like it was like they biggest fucking financial success till that movie. What was it? Everything, whatever, all at once, everything, all around, all at once, whatever that shit is.
Everything all at once. I still haven't watched that hoe. I'm going to watch that motherfucker.
Like, so motherfuckers made some bread off that hoe.
Bob Celeste. This your first time seeing the movie, or just your most recent time?
Who else put me on earlier this year and shit? So I'd watched it beforehand for the first time or whatever, and that shit left an impression. I thought the shit was fire.
Mm.
Watching it again though, I like that I was able to catch up on some of like the more subtle shit, the hints and stuff like that. This movie, like I feel like it had a lot of like ungeneric horror and a lot of like terror. Like sometimes like the more dramatic parts is not even like necessarily scary. It's just like I don't know, like the mom being in agony and shit, yelling her brains out, whatever else, or the nigga
Mm.
laying in the bed waiting for old girl to wake up and find the kid dead. Like certain shit they did was mad, like you know what I'm saying, like tactful, like
Suspenseful, yeah.
how they set it up. So I don't know. I
Hey
think this movie
Bob,
was just
man,
fire, bro. Like how they wrote it, everything. What?
I noticed that you said you were a little bit upset, man, that you had to rewatch this. What was the word you used? Traumatic.
It was disturbing. Like
Yeah.
It was
Care to
disturbing.
elaborate on that, man?
yeah, the first time I watched this movie, I thought, well, I feel like the first time anybody watches this movie is certain parts that is gonna like if you weren't ready for it, like when Shorty head hit the motherfucking street pole and shit. I feel like that's one of the most legendary scenes in all of fucking cinematic history. Like that sound is like alone, like will stop your fucking breathing. Like you know what I'm saying?
No, the fact that they lingered so long on Buddy's face as he
Yep.
came to the realization, like he stopped in the middle of the road, just realizing, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like I think
Yeah, they set the
that's
tone
a
in this
power.
movie, bro. They definitely set the tone, and then all the fucked up shit happened and didn't make it any better. I feel like it's kind of crazy they use the clicking noise as a jump scare too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Bro,
Yeah, man.
did y'all see the trailer?
Hell no.
I think I saw the trailer like a long time ago. I think they took something out of this movie that I saw in the trailer. I may be tripping, but I think I remember not just one bird hitting the window at one point. Like it was like a fucking swarm of them bitches just beaming the shit out of a fucking window. I think
I
that's what I
brung that
remember.
shit up because like I remember watching the trailer. I'm like, I was gonna be focused on the little girl. That bitch up out of there in 30 minutes. I'm like, damn, they set that shit up
They
like
might have
that.
Yeah, that
they might
confused.
have Chris Brown stomped the yard that
Yeah,
bitch.
they did. They did.
They definitely like did some shit to like get you, and that's what I was talking about. Like 30 minutes, I'm really like 30 minutes in. I'm like, bro, like, god damn it, this movie is finna be ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they did some shit to catch my attention and shit.
Yeah, because I think the first 30 minutes it had me invested in the little girl as the main character, and then
Yep.
Mhm.
she died.
Yeah, like the first 30 minutes for me was just like, oh, that's fucked. Oh shit, that's fucked. Oh, what the fuck? And I was just like, bro, like we're watching this shit. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Like
I don't know, bro.
fucking
Like, I'm gonna let you finish your thought, man.
but no, it's just fuck shit after fuck shit, bro. Like
It is.
and just the trauma that these kids deal with through their fucking mom is just like fucking ridiculous. Because I'm pretty sure in real life it's people that. So in this, it was
Did it again.
it was real fucking demonic, spiritual entities going
Yeah.
at it and shit like that. But in real life, it might be some of that, but it also might just be mental illness, in which
Well,
that's
Roots,
what
that's
the father was looking at it as.
that's the perspective. That's like the metaphor of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I did like some reading about it afterwards and shit. You know, motherfuckers were talking about that shit where like this whole shit, like they did some over the top imagery and shit, but it's really all a metaphor for like how, death and trauma can impact a family. You know what I'm saying? Who like they start breaking and falling apart through no real fault of their own. You know what I'm saying? As a result of how they're dealing with fuck shit that happened to them. You feel me?
Yeah.
But like my problem, bro, like, y'all know I'm the guy who, I have a problem when I see too many non-redeemable characters, in my opinion.
Okay.
And that was like why I didn't like the first 30 minutes, because I'm like, bro, they're paint like Steve didn't do nothing wrong. But like all the
Listen,
rest of these folks was pieces of shit, bro. Like
you
all of
just
them
mean
were fucking dickheads. Like the rest
you
of
just
the
mean
family.
the
Yeah,
mother
the
and the
mother, the
son, right?
daughter, the son, all of them.
The fuck did the daughter do?
I mean, Charlie. To be fair, she's retarded, bro.
Roots, let me tell you something, bro. Like
My bad. Can I say that on air?
Yeah.
She's special.
I don't know, like what the fuck, you know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
she go around clucking. She can't make eye contact for shit. She
Bro, I
motherfucking.
figured she
I
had
didn't even
Tourette's or
think
some
like
shit, bro.
that
Oh,
Because
was
like
autism or some shit.
that's a form of Tourette's. Whenever like it don't
The
have
tick
to
and
be
shit?
just
Yeah.
obscene fucking
Or at least an
statements.
But
OCD
Like
she
or
don't.
something.
She
sometimes it's
wasn't
just
doing that
a
shit the
sound.
whole time though. Like it was like certain parts where she was just doing that shit.
Hey, Luno, I'm not even gonna say that I saw it from that perspective. You might be right, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that like enlightened me a little bit, but I'd more so looked at it like, a motherfucker was like sad and like social awkward and some type of shit and didn't want to be involved in no shit. But Roots, to answer your question, the problem that I had, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there watching this movie and like that bird scene happens and shit. And like any sympathy for that little girl that I had, like kind of went out the window. This
Completely.
girl
Yeah.
outside with a set of scissors cutting dead bird head off, bro. I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
nigga,
Like,
no cap. That's
like
kind of what Fear was saying about building her up as the main character, because they
I
had
was
so much
looking, I
fucking
was
weird
like,
exposure of this bitch. Even when the mom came and after the funeral and shit was trying to make her feel better, I felt like the mom needed to get away from the kid and shit because her face was so scrunched up and shit. I'm like, bro, just get off the damn bed,
that's
walk
Bro,
just
out.
how
Like,
that kid looked, bro. Like, come on,
who the fuck was the main character?
Annie.
I think
I
I
think
don't
the
know.
son. I think the
I
son was,
don't
bro.
know, bro.
I don't think so. Well, if we're like in terms of like, I think it would be Annie in terms of screen time, because like maybe Peter was like a centric character, but he might have got the least screen time at everybody except Steve.
I think it's like what you said, low key. I think Charlie for the first part, the Annie for the second part, and the young nigga for the third part. I forgot.
If so, that's
Peter.
like if that was
Peter.
intentional, then I think that's a good like.
Bro, it had to be because you
decision.
saw that shit just switched. It was like, we focus on Charlie. She gone anytime. Then Peter, like that. I don't know, bro.
Bro, that scene where you know what I'm saying that girl face getting ate by them ants, boy, that shit
was
was
sick.
insane. Like,
That shit
I
was
was like,
fucking sick.
I
yikes.
think maybe.
But like,
the imagery they use imagery in this motherfucker very fucking well, from the decapitated head of Charlie on the side of the road to the whole sleepwalking shit where Peter is covered with the ants and shit. And then the scene where Annie is sawing her own fucking head off is insane.
Yeah.
I felt like for me that shit was a little bit too over the top in my opinion. Like I think I looked at it and I was like, okay, like this might be actually be terrifying to see. But I felt like it almost like went on for too long to the point where it was just like kind of comedic effect at a point. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like she's slowly sawing her, I'm like, okay, that's kind of menacing. Then you just hear the sound just ring, 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 ring. I'm like, bro, this is like, come on, man. Like, what type of Looney Tunes ass shit is this? Like,
Nah, I will say though
that's
that right before that shit though, when that nigga was looking at his dead pops and shit burnt down, and then that weird ass
man.
nigga pulled up, I was like, okay, what is happening? She was on the fucking ceiling. I didn't know what was good, but when she broke out that corner and they got to running, they started playing that epic music, bro. I was like, oh shit,
No funny stuff,
bro. Everything from the time that he sees his pop burnt to a crisp to the fucking head sawing is insane, bro. Hold on, real quick. I want to go right before that. where they kind of fucked up a little bit. I done seen a good bit of movies where they got the fucking crawling bitch on the ceiling. You got the fucking The Ring. You got the fucking Exorcist. I think they do that shit in that or whatever. Like they do it a lot, but they did not do it right on this. You can clearly tell that she's fucking hanging from some fucking key grip and just floating across and kicking her feet as if she's climbing across the fucking shit, bro. It just unless she was supposed to be flying or floating or some shit.
Yeah, I thought that was floating too because she went over an open doorway, nigga. She wasn't crawling on that shit.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
And she flew up into the treehouse too. Like that bitch was flying.
Yeah, like bro, there was just like so much shit. Like I looked at that was what ruined the last 20 minutes for me. Was I was like, bro, there's like a lot of like bullshit, bro. How the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like he went up in that bitch, you know what I'm saying? And he like I was like, oh shit, like he's really like locked in here, you know, in the attic and shit. And like they trying to get in there and get a motherfucker. I wonder what's gonna happen next. Then all it was like now everybody in the attic all of a sudden. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
It was all in the fucking he went in that bitch and he just was looking like looking down and shit because it was like his picture and shit. So the nigga so shook he didn't even look around to see all these naked niggas.
Like his mom in that hole. It's a gang of naked folks in that bitch.
Oh, you talking about
like
club,
everybody just in this attic now, bro.
You talking about the attic?
The attic.
Yeah, like everybody in the attic now, bro. Like it's naked folks. His mom got in that.
His mom a demon or something, so I give her a pass. But
I started dying laughing though, nigga.
Roof or something, Puos maybe, but like, come on, bro. These naked
folks. Son, you not telling me you didn't laugh when the nigga went into the attic and closed the shit behind him. The bitch crawled onto the ceiling, started smacking her head, son.
That shit looks insane, my nigga. I'm thinking, and they did it so perfectly. Like with showing Peter's side of just hearing this constant bang.
Yeah, bitch. She said, "Mommy." That bitch said, "Do."
Bro, I'm thinking Peter grabbed a fucking broomstick or some shit, and she knocking on the fucking ceiling. She is hands and feet on the ceiling, banging her fucking noggin up against the ceiling, bro. Like this, shit look insane.
Before I jump out a window, one of these naked niggas got to run my face.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like he just threw himself out a window, and I was mad because I was like, bro, he like. Because the implication is that killed him. Bro, he died from jumping out a window, bro.
Listen, when he got up, when he turned around, right? I'm thinking, because they had him standing like kind of brolic a little bit, like he about to catch fade with somebody. Like, all right, get right, little nigga. He starts slapping himself trying to wake up. No, I'm talking about when he's still in the attic before he jumped out the window. Yeah. Nigga start, all right, wake up. Nah, nigga, that's not what you need to be doing.
I will say, like, I feel like
I started to lose faith in him.
I thought about that shit. Like, that might be like an acceptable response in like a time of trauma though, because you're like, there's no way, bro, this badass shit is happening to me, bro. This got to be a dream. Like, this can't be life. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out the niggas who wrote this though. I thought that they connected the plot points like pretty well, even with all the chaos. Like when she pulled up on Joan and shit to get some answers about shit. The door was locked. You seen on the table with that nigga's like picture in the middle of a hex and shit, and the toys that bitch made.
Yeah, that Charlie used to make. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Son. Oh, hold on, bro. Let me give Joan her credit. Joan was crazy. Joan, she finessed this bitch the whole movie, bro. That shit was insane.
She did.
That shit was so.
First time she went to the help group and shit, picked her out of a group of people. You saw somebody in a car, said, "Oh, that's her." Ran down on her. Said, I lost my son and my grandson. They drowned.
She was waiting for that bitch there the whole time.
That's why you don't trust old white women.
I'm telling you, yo, my kid died. Call me sometime. We could talk to the dead. Like, come on, man. I just got out the shopping, Martin. You out there packing big boards? And oh, look at what a surprise! You should come over and talk to the dead. Like,
desperate boy. I'm telling you, the whole time she telling that story, anytime that bitch reacts, she said, "No, wait, listen to me." Like,
no, this is real. This is real. I see that smile on your face. No, this is real. You got to come over and talk to these dead people.
That shit was like the finesse of the century. I ain't never seen nobody just get finesse like that. Shit was crazy.
Hey, Pools, tell me why Hey man, this is some shit from that one action movie we watched. Oh, Seven. Yeah, we watched Seven and
Condemned.
shit. Yo, you remember when
That's
they
an
pulled up at
action
that
movie?
nigga's house? You remember when we pulled up at that nigga's house and he had the counterplay. He was already out the apartment, son. Same shit. She pulled up at the apartment looking for Joan. Where was she? At that nigga's school, yelling at him from across the street.
Yeah, yelling at.
I feel like that didn't
come
have
back.
the desired
Don't you
effect
say
for
that
me,
nigga.
bro. Like that scene didn't have the desired effect for me, man. I'm just looking. I'm like, man, this goofy ass bitch standing across the street just
For
yelling
real.
like
Nobody
fucking
noticing.
I'm like,
schizo,
y'all
bro.
don't see this bitch like yelling
Yeah,
my
like
name.
bro, like this goofy
Nobody's
ass
fucking
old
looking
bitch just
around or
standing there.
nothing, bro.
Bro, how the police like or the campus, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like not just looking, hey, it's an old ass white bitch just screaming bullshit at the school.
I would have
Run
wowed
her
on
ass
though,
off.
bro.
Like
I would have wowed on that bitch. Don't ever
Get
scream
your
my
bitch
name across
ass.
the field if I don't know you, nigga. What you talking about?
Who the fuck is you, bitch? Fuck
like
on.
boy, the
Wild to me,
cops
bro.
in here was ass, boy. That's why I don't understand.
It was
Steve was
police
out there
was
like
on?
we gotta call the police. Like they never did nothing. The
I didn't
whole
see one
movie.
police.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't do
Yeah, I
shit
didn't see
this
one
whole
cop.
movie, boy.
That's right.
I ain't seen them at no accident scene. They ain't pull up and say, "Oh yeah, we
Bro, they
found your
didn't.
daughter's head on the road." Like
Roots,
none
they
of
didn't
that
have
shit.
to file a police report when she found her daughter like decapitated body in the car. You know what I'm saying? In the morning, like that police didn't pull up and do nothing.
Bro, what? Hold on. Now we gotta get into the props for individuals acting wise, bro. Cause that fucking scene after she find her daughter, bro, that fucking wail she was doing, fucking
Yeah, the crying.
Tony
She the
Collette,
best.
Okay,
She the
Tony
fucking
Collette,
best. I ain't
bro.
gonna
all
lie,
right.
bro.
Now this is
Bro, that
where
shit was grade A. I felt that shit, bro.
this where I become a swine right here, bro. Y'all be
Mhm.
prepared. So
Mm-hmm.
she did a fantastic depiction of like the unearthly like scream that you do whenever like
You
your
lose
words
a guy.
cannot convey your emotions, right?
Mm.
But my problem was Roots, like they had that bitch collapsed on the floor, you know what I'm saying, hands and knee, and I'm looking, I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, like it just looked like this bitch just throwing it back, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this bitch out here screaming. I'm like,
Nigga,
these
bro.
actions do not befit the trauma that I'm supposed to be. I'm too distracted by this. Like, bitch, what are you
I
doing?
didn't
Like,
even
Well,
see
that's
that.
because you're a fucking perv,
I
KTL.
don't think
Clearly.
that's being perverted because I wasn't turned on by it. I was just looking like, man, what?
Nobody
Like,
said
what
you
is
had to be
this?
turned on by it, but to call
Like,
to
what? I'm
Hold
just
on,
like,
what you
what is this,
wait?
bro?
What you
Like,
he
talk?
talking about.
When?
So
who else?
when
I'm talking
she
about
was in
when
the
she like on
bedroom
the
crying.
floor and her,
Oh, in
Yeah.
the
like
bed and
Steve,
shit. In the bedroom.
yeah, and Steve trying to like comfort that
Console
bitch.
her and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like and like she's, you know what I'm saying, losing her like soul. I was like, bro, yo, like the actions are not befitting of the like
Kids,
situation.
y'all, I'll
In
say
my
this, right?
opinion.
I'll say
He
this,
might
right?
be
And it
a
has to
perv,
do.
KTL.
I
Yeah, he
understand
definitely
you
a
saying
perv.
what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I feel like they gave this bitch Annie so much background on purpose. They put you in that first help meeting and shit. She goes, "Yeah, my dad died, my grandma died, my mom died," and tell about all the different ways they all died. They all had schizophrenia and shit like that. So every wild ass thing that she
You
did
think she
had
might
a
just be
consequence.
having like in her mind, not like in her
Yeah,
mind, but
she
like
she
she's
might she
dealing
might
with
be
fuck.
she lose her mind. Everybody in her family lose her mind. So I wasn't even
She
surprised
building
that her Reagan.
dioramas, Luno, like of like you know what I'm saying, her like decapitated daughter and shit, like
Oh, let's
whole
not
fucking
disrespect the dioramas. Whoever
joint.
idea that was, them niggas needs to get promoted because that
But
shit
I'm
was
saying,
fire.
bro, like
They
that's
No, for real.
transitioned in
mentally
like
fucked
2 or
up.
3
Like
scenes from that
Shit was
shit too.
insane, bro.
that's
Like
That
you
shit
could
was
mentally,
they
fire.
but that's
started the
mentally
shit
sick,
from
bro.
zooming
Like
in on a fucking. But look,
it's a fucking classic movie,
that's
man.
great writing, bro. Look,
yeah,
her entire life she's never had control over anything. The only thing she can have control over is these motherfucking dioramas, bro.
I
That
don't
shit is perfect.
like my problem, like I say, is I like through the movie, I just got the feeling I'm looking at Annie. I'm like, okay, like a lot of this shit you bring on yourself, though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Eh,
I can't feel as much sympathy for you
Let's
because
be
you
real.
and
But you
your
gotta think about
reactions.
it though, KTL. Like her
Yeah.
mom just died, then her daughter just died. She looking for help any way she can
Puos.
get it, bro.
Here's what I'll say, Puos, is that like I I understand that her mom just died, but she hated her moms and shit.
He did hate
You
her
feel
mom.
me? But like what my
that don't mean you
problem,
can't
Puos,
mourn your parent that you lose.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
it depends on who you are.
So like you'll hate him or
But
whatever else. Y'all had a bad relationship, but
yeah,
because they
like it's
died, you
still
can't
your
get the
parent. I
closure. You know
get
what I'm
it, but
saying?
like
So they
some
feel like the
people,
twisted.
they
Yeah.
don't feel like that. But Puos, I will say this, bro. Like she, like her daughter died as a result of some shit she did. You feel me? Like that shit. Like I understand that's like the guilt eating you or whatever. You know what I'm
Okay, I'm
saying?
gonna let
But
you
like
finish.
Peter was right with what the fuck he said. Like that bitch in there screaming at him. She's like, "Oh, nobody wants to take responsibility for what the fuck they did and all this shit." And he was right. He was like, "Well, what did you do, mom? Like she
Okay,
And
wouldn't
she
have been at
said,
this
"But
party if
mom,
it
what
wasn't for
about
you."
you?"
that's
You
fine,
know,
and I do agree with that. She made her
like
go, but she was just trying to include her daughter in something with her brother. She just
that
seen
was
her
that was.
just
Go ahead.
walking in the
Sorry.
damn field and shit with
Yeah, her daughter,
barefoot.
it was like a goofy weird. I get that, but like the scene where like they're talking about the shit, like I'm just looking, like I'm like, why the fuck are y'all arguing like this? Like they're being so passive aggressive.
Wait, which
Hey,
one
hey,
on
can I get the
the kitchen
cards? And
table and shit?
no, like before the party, he's like,
Oh,
hey,
okay.
can I get the car? I'm trying to go to this whoop de whoop, and she's like, you know, is there gonna be drinking? And he's like, oh, we not old enough to buy drinks, all this shit. And this, you know, like then she's like, oh, well, you know, such and such, it better not be no drink. He's like, I just said that there won't be. And I'm like, damn, why you being so sassy? Then that bitch starts being sassy. You know, oh yeah, you
Well,
got to take
she
your
kind of
sister.
explains
Oh well,
that a
she
little
want to
bit
go.
later.
Like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Roots. I'm like, bro, like y'all just being sassy dickheads for no reason,
Nah,
bro.
let's relax, right? Because we get the background that this bitch tried to light her kids on fire with paint, bro. Like
No, come on, bro. Like
I would be kind of shifty and mad as fuck at
that only
somebody.
explains one perspective, though. I think, like that only explains why, like he would be mad. Like why is this bitch mad? Like you did it.
Yeah, exactly, because she
She
knows
was
she an
sleep.
asshole.
Like she was sleep. She says, "Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
like. I
but
didn't do this on purpose."
she understands that she did not do it on purpose, knowingly trying to. Hold on, shout out to this bitch face.
Yikes.
Scared the shit
She
out of me, nigga.
went crazy,
Nah,
bro. Like
nigga,
I thought
this
this
Ludo
some
was
top
finna
this
talk
acting right
face,
about.
here, bro.
this acting here is crazy, bro. And this is the scene where they at the fucking dinner table
Bro,
and
that's
screaming.
bro. But
But
all of them went crazy, bro. Like even
I
the
thought
nigga
Ludo
fact,
was
Peter.
finna like talk about the other shit though, where like they're in like the dream sequence, and she's talking about how she really tried to like miscarry
Oh
this
yeah.
dude all
oh
these
yeah,
times. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
that's wild,
So
bro.
so so
Like
so
she
I
really,
have a
that's the
theory
another
on
thing,
that.
bro. I feel like she kind of just like low key just did not want to be a mom, bro.
Bitch is getting
Well,
possessed, bro.
here's the thing. I think there I have a theory on that. So she didn't want to have the child. Couple that with the experience that she had with her mother, and just how fucked up. Like she knew her mom was fucked up, but she didn't know to what extent. And then so fast forward to the fucking sleepwalking shit. I think she subconsciously did that to stop what ends up happening from happening by both killing Charlie and Peter, because we find out at the end, spoiler alert, Charlie is payment.
Yeah.
They kind of explain that with she said I didn't allow my mother around my first child, but then I allowed her around my second child,
And that's
and
why
she
Charlie said
she
she
dug
wanted
her
me to
hooks
be a
in.
boy, like you know.
Yeah, she said she dug her hooks in. At that point, that's where she made her mom, whatever fuck, Queen Lee or whatever the fuck, made that
Ellen,
little
I think.
demon pact and shit, and like promised this. She promised a body to this
Payment.
payment god,
Mm-hmm.
and
Payment only
then
like the boys though.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
that
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
was
King
weird.
Paimon had to be in a male body, so they basically made Charlie the King Paimon in that nigga's body after he died falling out the window.
Right? Because when the nigga like reawoken or whatever the fuck, she what's the name, Joanne or whatever the fuck, called him Charlie first.
Yeah,
She
Yeah.
didn't
Yep.
say Peter, and then linked that to she was
Crazy.
whenever she was yelling across the courtyard and shit, she said, "Peter, I exile you." She was
Okay, so like
Kicking that
here's
nigga out his own body.
yeah,
yeah, like
exactly.
I had like I say, I read about like all this shit. So like yeah, she was trying to cast him out his own body because like okay, so first off, Roots, like the spirit of payment, you know what I'm saying, was like connected with Annie throughout her whole life. So that's
Mhm.
what that sleepwalking and all that shit was. It was a motherfucker trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, kill the fuck out these kids. So now like you got a vessel type shit. You feel me? Like all of that shit was like him being connected with her, because whenever she saws her own head off and shit, it's like a little orb or whatever, you know, that light that leaves her body and goes into Peter's body. And that's what the fuck is him, because she was possessed after Steve died. Like she got like possessed by that shit. That's why she
And
did
I
that little
think that
goofy ass
shit was
face.
crazy. That little trend, like I really be digging on transitions in movies and shit, bro.
You
The
talking about that
little
bitch face?
Nah, not her face too,
I
but
thought
the
that was kind
little
of goofy.
the atmosphere shit that they do. So like they do the little they say that spirits show themselves through electronic waves and shit. And if your eye is trained to it, or if you have a specific type of camera on it, you can see it. So every time that some type of apparition showed up, they did this fucking electrical wave through the room, and then it dialed in on a specific spot. And they did it every fucking time. I thought that shit was dope as fuck how they did that shit.
Yeah,
Kind of
but
crazy too. That nigga slammed his face on the desk, and after he made that weird pose, bruh,
he was
everybody in
getting
that room,
possessed, bro. Like not
yo,
possessed,
everybody
he
in
was
that
getting,
room,
like
like
attacked.
I can't even like knock him because he looked like he was having some sort of seizure, but that nigga looked so possessed, nobody helped him, son.
Bro, the teacher was just looking like scared. Get your mustache ass over there, bitch. What the fuck?
What you
Like,
want the teacher to do?
Teacher was just watching that nigga seize and
buddy,
die.
like you a grown ass man, boy. Do something.
Nigga started having conniptions. He said they don't pay me for this shit, man.
You
He
know
just
what I'm
watched.
saying, bro? Like,
I better get a
fucking
nurse in this. I
Charlie
don't know what
Brown
this nigga
ass
doing.
teacher, boy. Like,
But shit, and what's crazy is my brother a teacher, bro. I be telling him like your job is not to like break up fights or save nobody's life and none of that shit. Stay the fuck safe. So
man,
when
was
that teacher
Bruce's
did
brother
that
in
shit,
that hoe.
when that teacher did that shit, he did exactly what the fuck he was supposed to do. Call his pops.
Call
fuck that.
his pops.
Hey, your son in this class tweaking, bro. Come get this nigga.
Hey, bro, like Steve really just like was a passenger through this whole joint, bro. He out there trying to, keep everybody life together. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Nah, get Steve the fuck out of here. If Steve was
dude,
smart, he would have left that bitch a while ago.
I was
sister
thinking
died.
that shit too.
You a
I was
doctor,
like,
nigga. You could take care of this young nigga. Like just be out, bro. Leave her
Sister
alone.
died, dog. He's
How
sitting
much?
there asking Buddy, like,
Bro, it don't
hey,
matter.
did
She
you
lost
sign
her
up for that?
mind. She's been sleepwalking, trying to set our kids on fire. I'm done with this bitch, bro.
Like, how much you gonna
Like, you
put up
can't
with, bro?
convince me.
Nah,
Like,
for
it's
real.
too much,
bro.
bro.
Because who else? Like, eventually, like a motherfucker, like put his foot down. They at the dinner table, tweaked out. He said, "All right, that's enough." Like he was like,
That ain't putting his foot down.
Hell
She
no. He
did
was like,
wild
y'all gonna cut this shit out
did a
right
million
now.
things after that.
He
How?
in that moment he
said,
did it in
how?
the most stoic way that you expect.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what
like he
moment
ain't
you
have
talking
nothing
about?
loud. He was like, "All right, I think y'all forgot. Like I'll run this family."
He don't run shit. After that, she made that nigga do a seance. Fuck out of here, nigga.
No, because he stopped the seance. He threw water on
He
that
still
bitch.
allowed it though. Like,
Yeah,
nigga,
because
I'm not trying to hear
Hey,
shit
that
my
shit was
dead
funny.
no,
daughter,
but it
nigga.
wasn't.
That shit was funny as fuck. He
Because
smacked
his
the
son
shit out of
wanted
the
to
bitch
do
with some
that
water.
shit too.
Hey,
Like,
KTL, you know, son, on top of that too, that nigga was a fucking psychiatrist, bro. He was sending an email to his homie to try and talk about the
Yeah.
episode she was having and shit. This nigga's his email said doctor, bro. Like this
well,
nigga's a
yeah, Luno,
psychiatrist.
because the motherfucker, like they digging up that bitch mama grave, and he ain't tell that bitch. He was like, "Oh man, there's some fuck shit."
It's
going
not
on
just
here.
a matter of if his wife and his daughter were retarded. It's that he knew. He knew by the science that they were fucked up, and he
Yeah, that
still
nigga,
stuck it out.
He had
Bro,
enough,
but
bro.
Luno, like this what I gotta say, bro. Everybody got all this fucking sympathy and like logic and you're not married, you're not a parent and all this shit. No, I want to see that shit now. Come on,
Steve should have
somebody
just put
talk
a
about
bullet
that
in that
shit.
bitch head. That
Like,
would have
Real.
He should have
I ain't
just
gonna lie to you.
smoked it.
He probably should have just went in and smoked
That
her.
big ass
oh
house, you could
my
have put her out
god,
back
y'all
somewhere,
are the
bro. You
worst.
saw all that space they had out there in the
Man,
backyard.
This the thing. This the thing you gotta understand, KTL.
Fuck out of here.
This
Dude, I
nigga
just
done.
listened to you
Listen.
Not 2 weeks ago, give me a whole fucking lecture about you don't understand because you're not a parent and all that. Fuck out of here.
But this is part of that. This, trust me, what I'm about to say is completely on par with that. As a parent, and this kind of go back to what's the shit? We just watched it, but we didn't just watch it. The fucking Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Is it Shutter Island?
Great Gatsby?
No, Shutter Island. Where
that was
the
first
that was a year ago.
Yeah, but he dealt with the same shit with his wife killing their kids.
Yeah.
At that point, it's your responsibility to put this bitch down.
Yes.
Yeah, like why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? It's just the
That's
fact that
not
this
the
nigga
same,
Steve just
though.
sees.
That's not
Yo,
the same at
bro.
all.
no, KTL. It's like this nigga Steve had like savior mentality over a bitch that just kept doing bad shit. Like he never really
Bro,
put his
like you
foot down,
got
bro.
like here's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you, Luno. Steve is a suburban husband. That motherfucker is like these like all these
So
shit
what?
that's
He got to be a
happening.
bitch. He
All
can't
this
stand up for himself because he got a
all
nice
this
house.
shit. Luno, here's what I'm saying. All this shit
All
that's
right.
happening is not my family. Like this is this bitch side of the family. All right, you know, maybe your family got some weird ass shit going on. You feel me? Yeah, like I'll you know, I'm gonna try to comfort you through this. We just lost a child and all of this shit. We need to grow closer and not fall apart. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like that.
how much can I comfort you when you?
Yeah,
But
Let
he
me tell you
finally
all the
had
stuff she
enough of
doing.
it, and then he got his ass lit on fire.
No,
He was finna
she,
call
bro.
people on that bitch.
Are you
He
gonna
should
be?
have been
Are you
did
gonna be
that.
in a house with anybody who's making a cardboard painting of your daughter's accident? With your son driving the car, her head is off of her body. That's just in her office.
Well, but no,
He
but
painted the
if
little
that's the
blood
case,
too.
if
She
that's
painted
the
the
case,
blood
I
too.
can't just
Ugh.
like
Look
the
at all the shit
argument
she
isn't
doing.
for me just to leave at that point.
Nigga, she made a cup move and turned into her daughter and start talking, saying,
She made a
"Mummy,
cup
mummy."
move, Pools.
But it was moving by itself, nigga. Get out
Exactly.
my
There you
house,
go. Like
No, for
nigga.
real. You cause it.
It's because of
You
her
are the
though.
cause. You are, and she admitted that she was the cause of all that shit.
It's a dead body in the attic, nigga. What are you talking about?
that's when he put his foot down when it was a dead body in the attic.
Look,
Like,
that though, all that
He
other
slow walked the fuck out that shit. That nigga
Nah, he
I
didn't
ain't
walked
put his
all
gonna
the
foot
way
lie,
down. You
nigga.
know
down,
why?
Like,
Because
like
this
grabbed the
stupid ass
fucking
put his
notebook out her
stupid
hand.
ass put his
Pools, he
foot
got on
down.
that bitch ass when he seen her making them dioramas and shit. He told
Nah,
that bitch, he was
KTL.
like,
he just put
That
it in
nigga
the air.
stormed
he
out.
was like,
Man,
hey,
stop
bitch.
doing that
He
shit.
was like,
He
I know
stormed
you're
out.
not
He
finna
was
let
mad
our
because he wasn't
sons.
getting no pussy.
He's
He
like, I
left.
know that he probably wasn't. That bitch went and slept in the attic every night. But
Exactly.
I fuck with Steve, but that nigga just was doing some goofy shit.
He
well,
was.
all I'm saying, bro, is like a motherfucker tried to be understanding until he couldn't be no more. Then when he
How
Nah,
wanted to
you
you
put
a
his
can't
damn,
foot
you a
down,
you
damn
can't
lie.
he
You a
got
damn
understand
scarred
any
lie.
to
of that,
death, bro.
KTL.
Like,
None of that can be understood. Like the shit she was doing, you just cannot come to a understanding with that shit, bro.
KTL,
I didn't know. I'm a what?
you cannot tell me that you with a bitch, y'all got 2 kids together.
Yep.
Yeah, she has a sleepwalking problem, but that leads to her throwing paint thinner on your kids and lighting a fucking
Well,
match,
so
and then
like
she
that
just suddenly
okay,
wake up.
so that was like pre-movie, you know what I'm saying? That's something like we
Yeah,
find
that's
out
the
about.
but
So
that's the
like
first
I
time,
think
and he
that
knew
Oh,
about
that
okay,
that.
right
KTL.
there.
Well, how about when she found a book
Hold
writing
on,
in itself,
Luno.
so she decided to go and strangle her son?
Okay. No, that wasn't real. But that like roots that other shit happened before the movie, right? Like so I think if there was
Understood.
ever a time to act, that would have been the time. Now, you know what I'm saying? If
Oh,
you
so now
realize,
he
oh, this
because he
bitch got a
didn't put his foot down, then he got to
He can
continue to
never
try
do
to
it
console
again.
her.
if
That's
you
just
set a
bullshit.
precedent that all right, bitch, you sleepwalking almost killed all 3 of us by setting us on fire. You have mental problems. I love you. We're gonna try to work through it. If that's the precedent that you set, you cannot, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't just say, oh, a diorama is the end of it. But this is non-harmful cardboard. You
Maybe
tried to
when
set us on fire.
maybe when you moved
Like,
the
like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Make your art. Stay away from the matchbook. Like
hey, man, you conjured up a
any
dead lady,
artistic
bro.
thing to keep you from
Hey,
killing the one kid we have left. We down 1. The away
KTL,
team is up right now,
So you
bro.
gonna stay with her when you know she could possibly
The
kill
away
your other.
team is up right now, Pujols. We need
Thanks,
whatever
bro.
points we can get, bro. Like,
That don't make
look,
sense.
look, bro. All I'm saying is he put his foot up at the end and still ended up dying. Why?
yeah,
'Cause
bro.
she
And
was
I
busting
think
about
I
You know
that
don't.
why
I
though?
bullshit.
Literally got
Because
cooked.
his goofy ass still was listening to her, walking towards that fire. Like,
Yeah,
like
man.
you should have been like, bitch, it's a dead body up here. Why are you talking to me about
I'm
books?
gonna be honest though. Like, I do think that I don't like that. I guess maybe I'm the inversion of the perspective of the viewer. Like that shit, I was like, damn, bro. Like, how the fuck after all this is where you put your foot down, bro. You think that your wife went and dug her dead mama up, put her in the attic just to show it to you for some shit?
Nigga.
That's what you
Are you
think?
Nigga.
agreeing with us now, nigga?
No,
Nigga,
Pujols,
what?
I'm saying the opposite of what you're saying now. You're like, oh yeah, you know, like she found a dead body. He should have called them people. No,
Are you saying he
like,
should have
bro,
just believed her when he seen a dead body?
bro,
up
you
there?
seen a cup move and all, and she was like possessed by the shit and all type of shit, bro. It's very plausible that you know what I'm saying. My son slammed his face into his desk, breaking his own nose. There's some fuckery afoot,
You
bro.
said he a
Your dead
psychiatrist,
ass
right?
mama, huh?
You
Yeah.
said he a psychiatrist, right?
Yep, he is.
So he watched her fucking. He psychoanalyzed all of this shit she doing, and
Yep.
this is where he like, you know what? It's a
Years and
demon.
years.
But
It's
the
a
Years
demon
and
problem
in
I
years.
herself.
have, bro, is that I don't think that matches up with, like I say, like, okay, she can be fucked up, but why is my son slamming his face into his desk, breaking his nose? Like, that's not her. You know what I'm saying? She didn't do that.
That shit could have
Like,
been
there's
passed
some
down. That
fuckery
shit called
afoot, bro.
Hereditary, bro. It could have been passed down.
Bro,
Maybe he
yeah.
got what the fuck she got. I
Bro,
don't know.
there's some fuckery afoot, bro. Like, if that's me,
Man, get the gun. Blow this bitch
that's
wig
what I'm
off.
saying, Roots. Like at
Absolutely.
first, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He grabbed that joint, that whatever that shit is, to pull the attic down. I really thought he was finna be like, all right, bitch, this is enough, and point that bitch at her. Like, you did enough. Like, I really thought that he
Listen,
was finna
yo,
turn
he got
up
a
on
big
that
ass
bitch ass.
backyard, son. He could have made them all disappear. He could have got some new hoes. He rich. He got a big ass house.
Hey, Luno, guess what happened? That boy ended up burnt to a crisp. His house full of naked perverts, and his, you know what I'm saying, his son is a demon now.
Yeah,
Like,
because my crazy wife wanted to go do seances and bring
bro, how
black
you
bitches
don't
on and
notice
shit.
all
The
these
son is a
naked?
demon now.
How do you
Yeah.
not notice all these naked folks like sneaking in your crib,
Bro,
bro?
when I watched the movie the first
That's
time, I thought
crazy.
she was gonna sneak out and go cheat on this nigga. But where'd she really go? She went to go talk to dead people, son.
Man, that bitch went and sat
And
in
then
the
came
attic
back
with
and
two.
said, "Oh, I was
That
at the
bitch-
movies."
That
I was at
bitch
the
went and
movies,
sat
yeah.
in the attic with 2 space heaters because, like, that was so stupid, bro. Like he's like,
You
she's
keep
like,
saying
I'll be
attic.
back.
That's the clubhouse.
That's the
that they
He says,
treehouse
the
version.
he
treehouse.
says, I'll be back. And that motherfucker says, no, you're not. You're taking your blanket. That bitch says, I just need to sleep. Get the fuck, man.
Yeah, why don't you divorce this bitch, bro? Like,
That
Where
bitch
is the
said, I just
security
need to
system,
sleep.
bro?
So
You got
I
naked
just
people
need to sleep.
breaking
I'm gonna
into
go
crib.
sit out here. Like,
that's another
I
thing
don't
too.
get that,
Nigga,
That's
bro.
that
these
white
niggas are
people
rich, bro. How did
comfortability,
they get into
bro.
the
Bro,
house?
what
Yeah,
connection?
how are
Like,
they getting in there every night naked in your attic? Like,
that's
Bro,
what I'm
because
saying, bro. Like
let me
folks,
let me
they're not
answer
just
that.
in the
Hold on,
Them
real
attic.
quick,
niggas always
They're on the
smiling too,
property,
though.
bro.
Like,
real quick,
They're
real
out by
quick.
the trees, bro. They're in the treehouse. Like, they're everywhere. How do
Hold
you
on,
not
real quick,
singular see one naked old motherfucker outside?
real
Like,
quick, KTL. At what point did anybody see somebody lock a door in this whole movie?
I saw it once.
One
they
time.
locked the attic one time.
Steve
Peter
Steve
did.
locked
He
her
locked
mama
himself
old
in the
room
attic.
though, because she was like, "Have you been in my mom's room?" He said no, and then he went and locked the door. Like, I watched,
For
you
her
know?
peace of
All
mind,
right,
she
so we
wanted
can
to
count. So we can count on one hand how many times these rich white folk lock the fucking door and they
That's
live
right.
out in the middle of the goddamn woods. They
Yep.
too fucking comfortable. That's why they naked people can just waltz into their shit because that's
Boy,
what the fuck they do.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, you too rich and white to not own a gun. Like, where you live, you too rich and white to not at least have 3 pieces stashed across the house, bro. I promise you, if
Or
it's a
some
Glock,
bear mace or
I
something, bro. Like
promise
y'all
you.
live in the woods.
Let me tell you something, Roots. I promise you, this movie goes a whole lot different if Buddy got a Glock 17 and a gun safe. I promise. It is an
Wow.
entirely different movie.
Wow.
Because Puos, lead finna start flying, bitch.
His
Like,
ass is on fire.
demon. I can't fight a demon. I can't fight a demon with bullets, but I can fight the host.
Oh, you mean the Peter had one of them hoes?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Who you thought I was talking about? No,
I
I'm
was
talking about if
Steve.
Steve had one of them hoes.
That nigga Peter just woke up, bro. That nigga went downstairs looking for his pops and shit.
I'm talking about if Steve had one of them bitches. I promise this shit wouldn't have been that.
You know, he didn't do shit but get a book thrown in a fight. He didn't fight nobody. That nigga would have been on
because
fire
he didn't have
regardless.
nothing. Like, he ain't have
Teach
shit.
a man how to squabble.
What he ass would have been on fire regardless, bro. Listening to that bitch.
That shit, I'm just saying. But also, yes, Puos, if Peter had one, that shit would have been different too. I ain't running from you, bitch. 3 in the chest. Like, bye, mom. That's like that Evil Dead shit, Puos. That motherfucker, like, eventually you got to realize that ain't my mom no more.
I ain't gonna lie. If you like put them Evil Dead people in this movie, they survive free easily.
Oh shit!
They beating the shit out them dead ass.
I was about to say that bitch
naked
is
niggas.
not playing around. Boy, that pregnant bitch, she not playing around. Like,
Peter just his ass.
Bro, I'm not.
Bro, Peter decided instead of square
if
up
I
with the
have
hands.
a gun in this movie,
bro,
every person who's wearing less than comfortable amount of clothes is getting shot in their fucking face.
Roots. There were a large amount of people who had 0 protection. Their armor rating was 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they was just bare skin out that hoe, boy. I'm beating the shit out you, bro. I'm
I
not
don't
finna
know.
throw
No, see,
myself
I don't
out
I
know
of.
don't
about
even
that.
want to throw hands with a
I'm,
naked nigga.
Yeah,
I
I can't. I don't. I
understand,
can't see
Bruno,
myself
but
fighting a
I ain't
naked
even
if I
nigga.
tried,
got
bro.
Bruno, if I gotta throw hands with a naked man or die, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well,
Like
yeah, you put it
that's
like
that's
that.
that's my choice, bro. He threw himself out a window and killed himself in
They
some
didn't even try to
swab.
do nothing to him, though, low key.
That
They
nigga was
just
That's what I'm
smiled
saying.
at
All
him
he
heterosexual
and
did
to
he
the
was
killed
bitter
kill
him.
end,
him
bro. He said,
briefly.
"You're not touching
So
me." He
instead of
got
trying
out
to
of there.
swab, he jumped out a window. Like, you a bitch.
Is he really though? He said he rather
Yes.
die. He said he rather die than be gay.
Yeah,
Nigga,
that makes you a
nigga rather die
bitch.
than be touched, bro. I don't know if
Like,
he
come on,
might have
bro.
made the right decision.
You afraid during punching and kicking somebody that you might accidentally touch some shit? Boy, beat the shit out
That's
these
not what I
folks.
said. I ain't even bring that shit into it. Like,
What are you saying?
I,
All right,
I didn't even
explain
say
this.
it like that.
Explain it to me then, pervert.
I'm just saying I'm not throwing fisticuffs with some naked nigga, bro. If
Why
he
not?
decided to die, I
Why
respect that.
not? Like, what is the risk? What do you
Why
perceive?
not?
Like,
It's the
is the
primal
bigger
feeling of disgust, KTL. It can't be
That's a fact.
explicated.
disgust?
You just got to be straight and
Yeah,
male.
like
And
I
you'll
say,
know
bro,
what
I'm gonna be alive and
You just
disgusted.
gotta be straight
You gonna
and
be.
male.
I'm gonna be alive and disgusted. You gonna be dead and prideful.
shit, probably.
Well, there you go.
Uno throwing himself out a motherfucking window. Like,
Hell yeah, mom just cut her head off, bro. Got a room full of naked niggas. Like, I'm out, bro.
like
Y'all
I
heard
say,
what
bro.
head drop, bro?
Like I say, bro. If I got a Beretta real quick, bro, this movie goes a whole lot different, man.
He rich as hell, but he can't afford security and guns, so that's
Like,
what it is.
no, he was probably, it
That nigga was up too
interfered
much,
with his
bro.
political beliefs, Luno.
The nigga was like, he had so much money, he didn't think a nigga ever try to play him.
He believed in gun control, bro. Like he was like, I can't have this, this is for criminals. And then the criminals came and like fucked his household up.
Hey KTL, I'm not gonna front though. This movie is good because I could give you another example of how See No Evil is bad. It was because remember when I was remember when we watched See No Evil and you was talking about like how they did the backstory well and how they showed
Hell
like
yeah.
the mom was like a religious nut and shit and all this
Uh-huh.
other stuff. In this movie, not only did they have the story of King Paimon, but they had like what happened in the movie so close to the actual lore of that ancient shit. Like they actually like made it a part of the movie or whatever, like in a thorough way. I feel like
Story
this
of
is
King Paimon was bullshit, Luno.
bruh, this shit thoroughly wrote like a meaningful fucking plot with
that nigga
layers
real.
of meaning to it, bro.
Hey,
Like it's kind
Puos,
of
let me
dope.
tell you something, bro. Like I feel like it finally like gave credence to the whole cult people being scary thing. Like that doesn't happen often. Normally they're just like insane.
Weird.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like right here, I guess that like they were right about what the fuck happened. But I'm not exactly sure what like them winning even means in the world, bro. Like
He told you.
congratulations, you
They gonna
finally
be-
got this motherfucker.
They've been
humble.
all men to the.
How though? What pause first off?
They,
But how? Like,
Nah,
that's what they
I
said.
don't know about that, but
They're
they
trying to
said you gonna
bend
be like
men.
make us rich and shit. Like
well, but
all
that's what
kinds
I'm
of shit
saying,
like
Puo. So like from my understanding, right? Like, cause I seen King Paimon possess fucking Annie and shit, right? And a motherfucker just like cut their head off, and that was the end of it. You are bound by human limitations, right? What is this person that's supposedly a king of hell? Like, what is this demon thing gonna
Well,
do?
she
If at
said.
the end of the day, all it takes is a bullet to get rid of this motherfucker.
It
Like,
don't
Well,
though, 'cause
clearly
she
ain't
cut
no
her head off and then she
fucking
still alive.
guns in this
no,
whole
that's not
fucking
true,
universe.
Puos.
She
Like,
just transferred into the nigga.
but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like it like
So a
once
body
the
is just a
body
vessel,
is
bro.
once the body is gone, you know what I'm saying? So like, okay, I guess, bro, if it's like, oh, it can just keep moving from body to body, I guess.
And
But
nigga,
like,
it got all kind of supernatural powers and like.
I mean,
What's
come
the
on.
point of the Antichrist? Don't that motherfucker do some shit too? Like,
Well,
that's why
yeah, but
people-
like the Antichrist, like the entire point of that motherfucker is that like it's gonna like motherfucker's gonna come back and like bring forth all these demon horsemen and like organize masses to take over the world and shit. Like this shit right here just felt like a bunch of backwoods naked hillbillies finally got what they've been searching for forever. Now they got their leader, and like he's gonna help them go terrorize a local 7-Eleven. Like I don't know. Like I never was shown any supernatural powers other than a bitch floating. I never was shown any like thing that is beyond human capabilities. You make a point, I guess, that like if they were to just ever shoot Peter in his fucking face, that like the spirit of Paimon can go into a different body. But like, what is their end goal? We're gonna take over the world. How? What are you going to do?
We don't fucking know.
You're in a Virginia mountain. You have
How
no
the fuck
clothes.
how the fuck would we
don't,
know?
like-
Like the movie already fucking 2 hours long. They ain't got time to show
You
a
right,
cut
Pujols.
scene of
I
that nigga taking over the world.
This is just me being a critic, bro. I'm
You ever
like,
seen
okay, like
Brightburn?
you showed me some shit where like it's clear that this isn't some normal shit. I understand like why it would be terrifying to this family because like they ass. You feel me? But I don't understand like now that they won, what is the danger to the rest of the world? I don't understand what them winning means. You know?
I don't know either, bro.
Yeah, so from what I know, I
hoping
think
y'all could explain it.
Paimon is just like a former angel or whatever, right? And he
He's
basically
the king of hell.
He's like the third king in some line of kings from some old magical book.
They got 8 of them all together. He one of them.
The only thing about that lore, which I feel like carried really through in the movie, was that he has like a husky, like a dark voice or whatever, but he was commanded to like speak like a regular human. So that might be the reason why when Paimon like goes into somebody where they don't
When
like
did
sound
you
like a
learn
demon.
this?
Yeah, I read it before the movie.
You
during
looked
the movie.
You looked this up
During the movie, yeah, because when she pulled out that book on Paimon and shit, I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this about?
This was a made up character. This is
nah,
like
King Paimon is real.
Shit.
Oh shit! Hey, I ain't gonna make it 2 more podcasts. I ain't gonna lie. He finna get on my ass.
Yeah, I might have to, bro. But this is what I like
Not
about these
you.
horror movies.
I'm talking about Paimon.
You mean Paimon? Boy, you
Yeah,
tweaking.
motherfucker said Luno thought I was talking about him. Like,
oh, you're not scared of me. You're scared of big bad
no,
Paimon.
not even remotely.
You're scared of big bad Paimon.
Yes.
But you just said he don't do shit. Why you scared?
No,
Yeah, now
I
you
said
scared.
he don't do shit to the whole world. Like if he decide it's me, if I'm the target, I'm done. Well, I got a gun.
You
so, like,
scary as hell.
Just watch, you about to get off this podcast.
No, because I got a gun. I just realized.
You was just talking crazy about that nigga. Then you found out he was real and got shot.
I'm not saying, like I say, I think that he could probably like, go after me, pause if necessary. But I just realized, like I said, I got a gun, so this shit ain't gonna happen to me. Like
you good? You got a gun?
Yeah, I'm gonna be straight. Like,
yeah, it's all fun and games till you hear the cluck.
It's all fun and games till he hear the click.
Yeah, that's fire. That was fire.
That's fire. Yeah, on the time thing though, I will say, yeah, a lot of build up, and there was like really cool like moments that are supposed to be scary or surprising like throughout. But yeah, I could definitely see the argument that the end was a little rushed. I find that a lot of fuck shit happened, including that scene where she burned the book and killed that nigga.
I feel like that scene was just kind of drug out. Like
he woke up and he took like 2 years to get down the hallway. Another year to get down the stairs. He seen what was going on. Then naked nigga, bitch on the ceiling. Boom, run away. Everything at the end was a little bit rushed. I honestly, I feel like I could see somebody's argument why they didn't like the end of the movie. It was abrupt, but it depends on how you watch the rest. Because if you was kind of done with the movie by that time and you were waiting for things to just tie up, then that was for you. But if you felt like still shit was in the air, like I could see you saying, maybe at the end they should have been a little bit thorough or whatever. But I don't know, bro. Overall, like, this is easily top 3 horror movies. I honestly kind of compare it to Midsommar that a lot of you niggas hate for whatever reason. Midsommar was a movie that was uncomfortable as fuck to watch, but it was still like a masterpiece. I think this is one of them shits.
I think it's made by the same people too.
Might be.
Is it actually?
I think so.
Somebody look it up.
Let me see.
Yeah, if you ever watch Midsommar,
yeah, Ari Aster.
Oh shit, this nigga was definitely a real demon. I just looked him up.
See what I'm saying? Like Luno was doing fucking research on this shit.
Y'all niggas better stay ignorant, goddamn.
Luno might be the next one to be possessed.
Like Bruce, you ain't gonna type that shit in your phone, right?
You goddamn fucking right.
Luno
ain't got no reason to look that nigga name up. He ain't got no reason to fuck with him.
Probably man got niggas shook.
I just realized that was Root's name. I ain't noticed that this whole time. That's crazy.
Boy, your ass big bag Paimon. Like, nigga, you got his name. He definitely gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, like.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
He said, I ain't gonna put that on my phone. You typed it before the podcast started. Like,
you already signed
that's not true. I just did. I just did it while that nigga
Bruno finna.
soon as that nigga KTL changed his whole energy, that's when I typed it.
Oh, he thought I was finna be shook.
Nah,
dude.
we gotta have some way of defending against King Paimon. You got the picture of the duck?
I told you how to defend against him.
What
Hot
if it-
lead,
Yeah,
bro.
put the duck up there, man.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
put
got
the duck
hot
picture
lead,
up real
bro.
quick. I gotta see because
Hey,
I feel like
hey,
King Paimon's not doing shit with this nigga.
Paimon not doing shit with Howard
Paimon
the
gonna
Duck,
put that
yeah.
duck
Can't
on the
fuck with this
sun.
nigga.
Like that
Bro,
duck is getting cooked.
That nigga Howard gonna roll his sleeve up and go get busy,
Bro,
nigga.
Howard
Just
is
just
bitch.
imagine this
Like,
movie, but replace Steve with this nigga, bro.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
this movie's
15
going
minutes.
all the way
Movie over in
different.
15
15
minutes.
minutes.
That shit
I would have
over.
cut this movie off in 15 minutes.
We
Put
talking
that
about
sorry
everything.
ass duck as the main character, not the main character, but
He
like
would have everybody asked. Joan would have been there in the parking lot waiting for Andy. The nigga duck pull up on her. What you think you doing? You know what I'm saying? Put
Web
her in her
feet the
place right
face,
quick.
bitch.
That
that
nigga,
boy.
Uh-huh.
Howard gonna know where his bitch at all times. Ain't no
It's a
line
fact.
about going to no movies, bitch. Howard here.
That
Right, I
boy
didn't give you
Bruno
permission
gonna
to
Bitch,
go
end
to
up
what
the
in a
movie?
movies.
cult, bro.
Bitch, what movie? What movie you went to?
He didn't
How
even
long ago?
ask her.
How
I
much you paid
definitely
for
would
it?
ask that shit. Like, what movie you want to go see, bitch?
I
Liar.
maybe I don't know, Puos. Like he probably
He's
just
a
didn't.
liar.
He probably just didn't even like his wife, bro, and I can understand that. Like,
Yeah, I don't think he gave a fuck. He just
like
loved it for the
I
family.
understand, bro. I fully understand. You know, Steve being a married man who hates his wife, bro. Like he doing this shit for the kids, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gotten to that point in his relationship.
Yeah. I
Good
will
show,
say,
kids.
man. Yeah, man. Nah, overall, man. Let's just get to these ratings,
Bruno
dog.
finna
Like,
join the cult, man. He doing too much research. That motherfucker gonna end up in the West Virginia woods.
all right, Steve. All right, Steve.
I understand, but hey, I'd rather be Steve. You gonna be surrounded by naked folk.
You gonna burn, nigga. Anyway,
Shit, hey, I'm gonna be dead with pride. You gonna be alive in a perverts,
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself like Peter in that
and you gonna
situation.
be possessed by Paimon. Like
That ain't me, so I don't gotta worry.
he said, that ain't me.
All right,
I gotta
man.
say, when I read about that shit, like I was trying to read, you know, like because I was confused by the ending, bro. A month,
Mhm.
that's how they ended that shit. They said, and now Peter, you know, is cursed to be forever possessed, by the spirit of King Payment and shit. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever, I guess. Man,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
Oh, that's the Ring of Solomon, bro. That's how you control that
See,
nigga.
look at this. Like, bro, he gonna join the cult now
That's the
too.
6-point
Like,
star.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's like the Jewish joint.
Well,
That's the
apparently,
Star of David.
that nigga Ari whatever Aster who wrote Hereditary, he was asked in 2023 whether or not he'd make another Hereditary movie. And he said literally, I have an idea for a sequel to Hereditary. Who knows if I'll ever do it.
Well,
So
that motherfucker, like, this was like
That might
his
mean you know.
debut.
Nah, he needs to relax because I mean I don't want a nigga to fuck it up. Like I don't know how you even follow some shit like this.
Bro, this was his debut. Like,
I got so much
motherfucker.
faith in this nigga's writing. Like I think that he just makes movies that just go beyond like our like
Do
conceptions
you
of
even
like
know
what
any
horror
other
is.
movie he's made?
Fucking Midsummer, which is probably better than this one, arguably.
I can't give it better, but it's up there.
Ew.
The thing is, Pools, like I feel like the reason you say that is because not because of how good the movie was overall, but because of how uncomfortable it was.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
Midsummer freaked me the fuck out, bro. I was uncomfortable watching that shit, but it was godly. And this one felt similar, but I actually laughed this time watching it over because there were some parts that was too funny. That bitch hitting her head on the fucking ceiling and shit like that.
The Midsommar shit, that's one movie you not supposed to watch with no bitch. Like, not no bitch you don't know. Like, maybe your girl or something, but not no, like, oh, this your first time
You
chilling.
hear that, K
Don't
Slim?
put
Do
that
not
hoe on.
put this movie on with a bitch.
Yeah, don't ever do
Yeah.
that. Don't
Unless
even
she a
watch
white
that shit
bitch.
with the volume up, nigga. Turn the volume down if you're finna watch Midsommar.
Damn, bro.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into these final thoughts and ratings, man. Luno, you want to pop it off?
Yeah, man. Overall, it's a good ass movie. I thought the movie looks really good on second watch. I thought the cinematography was dope. How to use the camera angles and shit. I thought there's like this movie did good suspense where it wasn't just dragged out because they couldn't think of shit. It was actually good. I like the little hints and the clues and the Easter eggs and shit they threw throughout. I like the score, how it sounded. Everything was real suspenseful. I like that little bass line shit they used to keep kicking like all throughout the movie. They do this little bass line and shit. I thought that was like a little weird detail. That was kind of cool. Man, it's a good movie, good ass plot. You really can't do horror movies much better than this one besides Midsummer. I gave this one an 8.6.
All right, bet. Fear. What's up?
Oh yeah, I thought the movie was a good movie. Probably one of the best horror movies in the past 10, 20 years. I gotta give it like a 9.3.
Shit. Hold on. I'm tripping. I ain't even fucking writing these shit down.
Ha!
Hold on. Luno, you said yours was what?
8.6.
8.6. And then Fear, you said 9.3.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bet. Who else? What's up?
Ain't seen this shit in since like the first year it came out. On a rewatch, not gonna lie, this shit might even be better. I might even been paying more attention than I was the first time. This shit was crazy. I grade horror with a curve because most horror movies are fucking terrible.
Mm.
9.5.
Wait, say that one more time.
9.5.
Shit. All right, we know who about to fuck it up. All right, go ahead, KTL.
Shut your swine ass up. Now,
Go ahead, bro.
as I
Oh,
was
go ahead,
saying,
Steve.
all right, man. Yeah, get it right, just Steve. This is like I say, it's a movie in 3 parts. The first part is absolute dog shit. The second part is really fucking good. The third part is just yeah.
The
So with
fuck
that
was that?
being said, it was the third part. But yeah, so with that being said, like I say, I think that they had some great acting in this movie. I think a lot of the characters were unlikable, and I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, because like I kind of look at it like that. Like I say, with See No Evil, I thought that like the fucking characters were unlikable, but it was because like it helped me to want to see something bad happen to them. So like I kind of felt like that here, but I don't know if I was supposed to or not. Um, like there was some good visuals. The plot is a bit shaky in terms of just like like the weird occult thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, the occult shit is done great, but the danger of it, I don't think is completely felt at the end, in my opinion. I think that it's a very creative movie, man. I do think it's one of the better like horror movies that have been around, just in terms of like some different shit. You feel me? Like mostly whenever you think of horror, you think of slashers or some shit like that. You feel me? So like it's refreshing that we got to go outside the box with this one. I'm gonna get a movie a 7, man. I think it's a solid movie. It's a 7.
Jeez.
All right, man. So this is my first time watching this movie. Um, I think over just the lifetime of seeing horror movies, your kind of expectation for movies period changes. So when you're younger, you think, oh, scary is the jump scares and the spooky shit and shit like that. But I think this movie does something else. This movie makes you fearful afterwards when you're really thinking and processing everything you just fucking watched. And I think this movie did that very fucking well. It was shot fan fucking tastically. Like, like the way it was shot shits on
What
everything.
was that?
I feel like it shits on everything that we've watched so far. Like that, you could not have made this look more perfect. Um, Again, I fuck with transitions. The how they're going from scene to scene with this shit is insane. You know what I'm saying? The imagery, insane. The dialogue even is fucking crazy, bro. Like this movie is a great fucking movie. And it's scary as a bitch. Like this shit spooky as fuck, bro. I think they've done I don't know if supernatural movies will ever get played out. However, this one did it so well that I think it'll age to be even better the further we go in time. So I'm gonna give this a 9.4. All right, and then that hold up. I'm fucking up. All right. So Hereditary 2018 final rating 8.7.
It's a good score, man.
All right. I'm just
Better than See No Evil.
Not by
Telling
much,
you,
but
bro.
yeah, it was.
what do you mean
Telling you,
not by
bro.
much?
It was a close race, but who else got this one?
Nigga,
Nigga,
what?
what the fuck I gotta do with any of this?
I'm saying this was your movie. Like,
Man, that shit don't matter, bro.
Well, I
Hey
was just
man, and
telling
See
them,
No
bro.
Evil, two or
Don't get
three of the
mad, bro.
surviving characters and shit all had the blick in their possession at some point, and none of them upped it on Kane, dog.
Facts.
Yeah, that's not
No,
true.
nigga.
That's not true, Bruno. Buddy put
They
that
ain't
bitch
up
square in that motherfucker face, and that hoe didn't
and
have
then
no
didn't do
bullets in it.
shit. Why
Niggas
the
That bitch
was
fuck
didn't
you
have
ain't
ass.
no
check that hoe?
bullets. Like,
Bro, she had that motherfucking gun for 30
she
fucking minutes. Why she
never
ain't look
bothered
at
to
it?
check it because that bitch don't know nothing about no guns. Like,
Yeah, she shouldn't touch the shit there.
Bro, ain't
But
nobody
anyway,
touched that shit,
man. Next
our
week
boy
I got
Roots
a
finna
movie
fuck it
for
up.
y'all.
Don't
Let's
fuck
see
the
what we
freak up,
got.
bro.
Yeah. Hey, so I think the thought of what if you put this person, this person, or
Freddy
this
versus
person
Jason.
Oh,
versus this
boy.
person,
Freddy versus Jason.
or
Already
Shut
called
up,
it out.
bro.
or
Dang.
this
Oh,
person
man.
versus this
This
person.
person, yeah, called that
Yeah,
out.
Mhm.
that's what this movie.
Hey,
Man,
Black
that was
Roots.
That's what
bad,
this
fool.
movie really
Hey, Black
does,
Roots.
Did
man.
that.
So yeah,
Can I say
So,
some
yeah.
Black Roots?
We watching Freddy versus Jason in this bitch.
No,
I
Niggas
know
let me
about
what
to
say
you
get it
something,
finna
in
Roots.
and
say,
catch
too.
fades, nigga.
Let me
I know
say
what you
something,
finna
Roots.
say. Let's
What's
go.
up?
No, I'm not even gonna say that, but you already know Freddie beat the hell out of this nigga. But
Yeah.
this is what I'm finna say, Roots. You remember last week when I tried to give Luno the oop? Like I threw the oop for him and he couldn't figure it out. But soon as
Yeah.
you said when you put this person, I knew what it was. I'm that nigga. You feel me? That's all I want to say.
I ain't gonna lie,
I'm
bro.
that
I think
nigga.
this was the only movie it could have been. Like,
I didn't
Fuck out
even
of
hear
here,
Roots
nigga. Alien
correctly.
versus
I thought
could have been
Roots
Alien.
over
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
He said a person.
is that
I didn't know what you
considered
got
a
from
horror
that shit.
movie?
Yes.
Yes,
I
it is.
guess. Okay.
I've seen this movie 50,000 times.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
this
fact. I
right
think this
here,
is
we
the
finna
most
watch this
watched
movie
horror
and
movie
finally end.
in time. I think.
Me and
N-
Puos have
I
been
think-
having a debate about this
Facts.
movie for about 2 years, and we're gonna talk about it next week, man.
But are you gonna cap though?
I never capped, bro. I've told
Cause
you what
he beat the
happened. Like,
fuck out this nigga the
bro,
whole
he
movie, bro.
ran him through a burning building foundation.
Bro, that's one. That's
Come
one.
Yeah, he
on,
did.
dog.
That's
He did
a
some strong
listen.
shit,
No, that's
bro.
a
He did some strong shit
5-second
once.
scene. That nigga lost every other round.
Puos, he literally stabbed Buddy. I ain't gonna.
All right, bro. All right, bro. Yeah. Relax. I ain't watched this yet,
Oh,
bro.
you
Hold
never
on.
seen this shit?
Oh,
Hell
you
no.
tweaking, Luno?
Nah, dog.
Oh yeah, I won't miss this for shit. I don't
Hey,
give a
Luno,
fuck.
let me ask you
I'm
something.
here, nigga.
You,
Yeah.
Luno, did you ever watch any of the Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street movies?
I probably watched the very first Friday the 13th movie.
He not even in
Besides
that
that,
hoe.
I ain't watched that shit.
What, Puos?
Jason ain't even in that hoe.
No, but that's what I was saying. Like, I was asking if he had like any, frame of reference for these characters.
Yeah, like I know like the lore of the characters and shit. I ain't watched the movies though.
Okay.
bro.
I think this, like
Who am
I
I
said,
thinking of
was
with
the first
Halloween? I
time.
watched Halloween before, but I don't know who I'm thinking
That's
of.
That's
Michael
Michael Myers.
That's Michael
That's
Myers.
Michael Myers. I'm fucked up. I got
That
you.
might be great value. Goddamn, Jason. I ain't gonna lie to
Hey,
you.
you watch
Honestly,
your
Jason
fucking
great
mouth.
value him low key. I used to think the same shit though.
I don't think either of those are fair, man. They completely different characters. All it's
No, they
the
not.
same as they
They both
silent and
walk
they
down
stab
shit.
folk.
I can't wait
I done
to hear
seen
what
Jason
niggas got to
put.
say about
I done
this.
seen Jason put a nigga in a sleeping bag and throw him up against a tree 30 times. So
Jason X,
I-
right?
That's crazy.
I think that is Jason X.
I
Yeah,
understand.
man, I'm a historian on this shit.
There was a lot of Jason.
But yeah,
X,
man. Next week
Jason X was
we
ass.
watching
too,
mother.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fact.
It
That movie's
was
terrible.
seen it
Nah,
50,000
Jason
times.
X
Also,
was
though,
cold, bro.
it was ass, but it was.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
talking about
niggas
him.
was
He
kids.
was cold.
Oh yeah, he might beat the shit out of one of these niggas. You
It's
know what
not
I'm saying?
even close. Like,
If you put
Yeah.
Jason X against somebody, like it's free.
it's not
but-
even close.
Yeah, that nigga is OP as shit, bro. Like that Jason versus this Freddy.
I got still
Jason
got Freddy.
clear.
I bet you do. We
I
gonna talk
seen him
about
beat
it.
the shit out of this nigga.
All right, we're gonna talk about it. Freddie gonna get his ass whooped, but we're gonna talk about it.
Bro, I can't wait. Everybody be honest with y'all. Like, don't pick no. Like, just let me know who y'all really feel like was on who asked the most pause.
Yeah, I think this one gonna cause some controversy. So yeah, man, we're gonna
We
be
feed
back
off it.
next week with on episode 49, getting real close to 52. That's a year. But yeah, man, gonna be back next week with Freddy versus Jason. This has been the Real Rap Coalition podcast, and we out this hoe.
That was a good pick.
I
I was gonna
agree.
pick that hoe too, though. Okay. how to fuck with this Roots?
Roots spazzed on both of them.
Fred,
Oh, this is a different one? I ain't hear the first one.
Freddy versus Jason.
Oh, that's I'm tripping.
Oh, no.
It's the same shit I always like.
The same shit. I'm fucking
I'm
up, bro.
getting
I thought it was
fucked
two
out of
different shit. Hey, bro, I'm zooted, bro. My fault.